Imagine a life consumed by relentless pain, where your own body feels like your worst enemy. That was the reality for Annaliese Holland, a vibrant 25-year-old who made the incredibly difficult decision to end her life after a lifetime battling a rare and agonizing nerve disease. Her story isn't just about death, it's about a desperate fight for control and dignity in the face of unimaginable suffering. From her earliest memories, Annaliese's existence was defined by chronic illness and a body that seemed to be constantly breaking down. Unlike most children, her childhood wasn't filled with carefree playdates and adventures. Instead, it was marked by countless hospital visits, invasive procedures, and the constant presence of 4 lines and feeding pumps. Her youth was stolen by a relentless disease that slowly eroded her quality of life, leaving her trapped in a cycle of pain and despair. Growing up in Adelaide, Australia, Annaliese endured years of baffling symptoms that left doctors scratching their heads. She suffered from persistent vomiting, her stomach refused to empty properly, and even the most basic bodily functions became a source of immense struggle. Despite numerous tests and consultations, medical professionals were initially unable to pinpoint the cause of her suffering. Imagine the frustration and fear of living with such debilitating symptoms without knowing what was causing them. It wasn't until she turned 18 and transitioned into adult medical care that Annaliese finally received a diagnosis: autoimmune autonomic ganglionopathy, AAG. AAG is an extremely rare and debilitating disorder in which the body's immune system mistakenly attacks the nerves that control involuntary bodily functions. These crucial nerves regulate everything from digestion and heart rate to blood pressure and bladder control. In essence, Annaliese's own immune system was waging war against her body's essential operating systems. And this is the part most people miss: AAG isn't just about pain, it's about the fundamental loss of bodily autonomy. As AAG relentlessly progressed, Annaliese's digestive system essentially shut down. Her bowel acted as if it were blocked, even though there was no physical obstruction. This condition, known as gastroparesis, meant that food would remain in her stomach for extended periods, leading to nausea, vomiting, and severe malnutrition. To provide her with essential nutrients, doctors inserted feeding tubes. However, even with these tubes, Annaliese continued to vomit, highlighting the severity of her condition. Eventually, she was placed on total parenteral nutrition, TPN, a life-sustaining treatment that delivered all the necessary nutrients directly into her bloodstream through an 4-line. While TPN provided a lifeline, it also came with significant risks. Any infection that entered the 4-line could quickly spread throughout her bloodstream, leading to sepsis, a life-threatening condition. Annaliese battled sepsis an astounding 25 times, each episode a grueling fight for survival. Imagine the sheer terror of knowing that a simple infection could potentially be fatal. But here's where it gets controversial. The very medications that were supposed to manage her symptoms also had devastating side effects. According to People magazine, the long-term use of these medications led to severe osteoporosis, a condition that weakens bones and makes them prone to fractures. In her early 20s, Annaliese suffered 4 spinal fractures, a cracked sternum, and dangerously high pressure on her heart and lungs. Her body became incredibly fragile and unpredictable, transforming into a daily battlefield. "There are beautiful moments," she said, "but they are exhausting. I am in chronic, debilitating pain every single day." As her friends moved forward with their lives, celebrating engagements, weddings, and the arrival of new babies, Annaliese remained confined to hospital rooms and her bed at home. Birthdays passed by largely unnoticed, hidden behind curtains and medical equipment. She described the agonizing feeling of being stuck in place while everyone else raced ahead. "No man wants to date someone dying," she admitted quietly. "I understand." This heartbreaking statement underscores the profound sense of isolation and loss that Annaliese experienced. By the age of 22, doctors delivered the news she had long feared: her condition was terminal. Multi-organ failure had begun. Her body could no longer tolerate regular feeding. Sepsis lurked behind every medical procedure. The future held only more pain and suffering. After years of relentless fighting, Annaliese came to a profound realization: she wanted to reclaim the one thing her disease hadn't yet taken, her autonomy. She decided to apply for voluntary assisted dying, VAD, a legal process that allows individuals with terminal illnesses to end their lives with medical assistance. The VAD process required extensive medical assessments and psychological evaluations to ensure that Annaliese was making an informed and voluntary decision. After 3 weeks of intense scrutiny, her application was finally approved. When she received the news, Annaliese cried with relief. "It sounds strange to be happy about it," she said, "but I finally felt a little bit of peace." She emphasized that choosing VAD was not an act of surrender. It is not giving up. It is knowing you have fought for so long and so hard, and you cannot keep suffering like this. Annaliese's decision understandably devastated her family. Her mother, Amanda, still prays for a miracle, even as she understands the unbearable reality her daughter faces. Her father, Patrick, initially begged her to keep fighting until he witnessed doctors resuscitate her yet again. She remembers turning to him and pleading, "Dad, please let me go. I will not hate you. I just cannot do this anymore." That moment changed everything. "I totally understand," he finally told her. "You have had enough." This poignant exchange highlights the immense love and compassion that ultimately led her family to support her decision. For Annaliese, the decision to end her life was not about embracing death, but about finding relief from unbearable pain, overwhelming fear, and the constant dread of waking up each day in a failing body. "I feel lucky to have this choice," she said. "It is one of the bravest things you can do, to say you have had enough. I have fought bloody hard." In choosing her own ending, she was taking back the small piece of life her disease never controlled, her final say. Annaliese's story raises important questions about end-of-life care, patient autonomy, and the right to choose. Was Annaliese's decision truly an act of bravery, or was it a tragic consequence of a medical system that couldn't provide her with adequate relief? Could more have been done to alleviate her suffering? And this is a point of contention: is voluntary assisted dying a compassionate option for those facing unbearable pain, or does it devalue human life? Share your thoughts and perspectives in the comments below.